Hi, I'm Philip with G6 Technology Services. In this video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I've actually purchased a lot of 22 computer towers from a government liquidation auction, and we're going to go pick those computers up, and then we're going to come back here and see what we got. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we are to get our lot of 22 computer towers. We're at the maintenance building. So we'll be going in to do the paperwork, and then we'll get everything loaded up. Okay, well, we're back at the office. We've got the truckload of computers here. They threw in some monitor stands for free, so that was nice. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but we'll see. We've got some Dell towers, and also they're all kind of flipped over so you can't see them, but the rest of them are HP. It's about 50-50. There's an HP. And then they threw in this little, I don't know, is that a gateway or something? Not really sure. But anyway, there they all are. So we're just going to go and get the dolly, get the door propped open, and we'll start loading them all up. I've got a storage area that we'll just put them all. So I have to get the door stop situated here. Okay. And then this will be our storage area. I've already got a couple of old computers down here, and some junk over here. And there's our dolly. So I'm going to need a few hands to do this, so I'm just going to get that taken care of, and we'll come back to this room whenever they're all here. Okay, got the last of them moved in here, so there we go. It's hard to get them all in one shot. Let me see if I can just back up here a little bit. There we go. And there's everything. We actually got a bonus one. This little gateway wasn't in the listing, so we have 23. So we've got this old, what is this, Optiplex GX260. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but these Dells look really nice. These are the ones that I was looking for in the listing, Optiplex 790. And we have 10 of those. And what do we have over here? 11 of these HPs. And this one gateway and this one old Dell. And then they threw in all these monitor stands. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with those. We'll see if I can sell them. I don't know if that's something that people want. Like they took the stand off to use it for a dual display mount or a wall mount. And they might want the stand again because they threw theirs out. I don't know. But we've got them. And these Dells, I don't really know what to expect. Some of them had notes on them, like this one won't boot. Another one said there was a bad network card. So I'll just have to test them each out and see what we've got. I don't really know. I looked up one of the service tags of the, I don't remember which one it was, one of these Optiplex. And this CPU that it comes with is in fact is a Core i5. It I don't remember the model offhand, but it's over 3 gigahertz base clock and does 4 cores, 4 threads. I'm not sure about these HPs. I haven't looked one of those up yet. Has AMD Athlon 2 with the Windows Vista Basic certification, so I'll have to check and see what we've got there. According to the service tag, these Dells should have come with 4 gigs of RAM, so may want to increase that. Depends on how I sell them. If we just sell them as is, then I'll just have to adjust the price accordingly, or we could go ahead and just give it the full refurbishment treatment and clean them, upgrade the RAM, put a solid state drive. That is one thing I'm probably going to have to do to all of these, is either get old hard drives or a solid state drive, because they did say that so they all should be missing the hard drives. I guess for security purposes they couldn't be bothered to wipe them, so they just took them out. So that's fine. That's, you know, pretty standard when you sell computers in this manner. So anyway, next thing, we'll just start pulling them off one by one, and we'll open them up and take a look and see if it boots up, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the first thing that I want to look at are these HP towers, and they look like they were all the same, so I just grabbed one off the stack. And these are the ones that I'm least interested in. It looks like they're older. They do have a Windows Vista sticker, and they're AMD Athlon 2, which I think is older. And I don't see any markings that make this look like it's USB 3, so it's probably not. It does have an optical drive. And we can see here that they are HP Compact 6005 Pro micro tower. So there's no date of manufacture or anything. And we've got our I/O, some audio, PS2, serial, VGA, DisplayPort. Lots of USB 2.0 it looks like, because they're not blue and it doesn't say like that little super speed logo. And Ethernet, I don't know what speed it is. And that's it. We don't have any punched out expansion card slots, so that's nice. And I don't think there's anything notable on the other side. Nope. So I'm just going to reposition this on its side so we can get it opened up and we'll see what's in there. Okay, we've got it laid down on its side. So let's try and get this cover off and we'll see what's in here. So it looks like we just have to take these thumb screws out. Doesn't feel like they come out all the way, they're captive in there. So that's good, so we won't lose them. Alright. And then I think these are supposed to just lift up, not the sliding kind. Oh my god. Okay. Not the most graceful, but we got it. So I'll just lean this up against the table here. Alright. So what do we have? Well, first thing I'm noticing is that it's kind of to be expected. They took the hard drives, or hard drive. I guess there was only one. And oh, that's nice. They took the RAM also. So I'll have to get some RAM so we can test this. But otherwise, it looks really clean. I don't see any rust or thick caked on dust or anything. There's a little dust bunny in the corner here. But we do still have our optical drive. All the cables are in place. It doesn't look like there's any damage. I don't know how hard drive is supposed to go in here. There must have been a carrier or a caddy, and they probably just took the whole drive with the caddy and didn't bother to put it back. So honestly, I don't think we're gonna put hard drives in these. It's so cheap just to get an SSD. I think it's like $30 or something for a 250 gig. Still from a name brand. It's not that it's one of those cheap, you know, off-brand ones or anything. So that's probably what we're gonna do to fix these up. I'll have a couple different pricing tiers, I guess. We'll go with like a 4 gig of RAM model and an 8 gig of RAM model. And we'll get an SSD. Put Windows. I think it came with, yeah, I don't want to show the serial number on the camera, but I just looked at the tag. It came with Windows Vista. So for everyone's sake, I won't put that back on there. So I don't know, we might just get Windows 10 and see if it will take the Vista key. I think that it will do that. Back when they had that upgrade program, when you could do that, I don't think they ever turned that off. It still works. So I think that's what we'll do, so in the meantime, I will go figure out what kind of RAM goes in here, and we'll see if this thing turns on. So we got some DDR3 RAM, and these are just something I had sitting around, some 2 GB sticks, and we'll just put both of those in there, and so 4 gigs will be good enough just to test with. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, we got one in there. And then I'll try and get this other one in here. These cords are in the way. It doesn't want to go in. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, so we've got both of those in there. And then since there's no hard drive, we have to find something for it to boot up to. So I just have our higher-end boot CD flash drive here with the Windows PE. So we'll just go ahead and stick that in one of these. Oh, sorry, that was not in the frame. Anyway, I was just saying we're just going to stick this on one of these front USB ports. And then I'll go ahead and plug in our keyboard and mouse. And our monitor's on. We'll get our VGA cable. And our power cord. Okay. And let's see. I don't know if the camera caught that. The CD drive blinked, and that fan was just moving. So it looks like we've got some activity. So let's just hit the power button. Yeah, there we go. Got some blinking lights. The fan's going. That's good. Let's see. Oh, I missed it. What was? We'll see what it's going to do. F10 setup. I don't know if it was too late. No, here we are. So let's see what we have. Yes, system information. So let's see. We have our model number, which we already knew. Our processor is an AMD Athlon 2 X2 I'm really not that familiar with the AMD line. I've pretty much only dealt with Intel, so I don't really know how old that is or anything, but based on the rest of the system and the Windows Vista sticker, it's probably pretty old. And we do have both of our memory units modules showing up with 4 gigs total. Our two 2 gig modules are showing up. Well, they both happen to be on memory controller 1. So I guess I should probably move one to the other one just to see if it works. Serial number, blah blah, about. No, our copyright date is, oh, camera drifted a little bit. Copyright date's 2009. Let's see. I was just seeing if there was any kind of log or anything, event log. I don't see that. So let's just, for the sake of completeness, because this thing showed memory controller 1, they were both there, I'm just going to switch. Yeah, that'll be a good way to test all the sockets. I'll just move both of them to the other 2 that they're not in right now and boot it back up again and just make sure they all work. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Pull our power cord out. Just put that right there. We'll hold our power button in for a second to release any residual power. Oh, that's interesting. This must have some kind of a battery or something. I've never seen that before. Did you see that? It's not doing it now. That was really weird. I've never had that happen with the computer before. I don't know if that's something with this particular model. But, huh. Okay, well anyway. That's gonna take a little bit of fiddling to get to all this, so I'm just gonna stop recording for a second, but I'll be back after we've gotten these memory modules in the 2 remaining slots. Okay, so they're in the opposite slots now, so I'll go ahead and plug this power cord back in. And then we will hit our power button. And then, what was it? I think F10. Yeah. English. System information. Okay, yeah, perfect. So now we have memory controller 0, and it is showing both 2 GB modules for a total of 4. So we're all set. Let's see what the boot order is. Okay. So it's not even showing an option for the hard drive because it's not there. So that's fine. We will just ignore changes and exit. We've got our flash drive in, so it should just boot from that, I guess. So we'll see what it does. Yep. Great. Yeah, that higher-end boot CD with Windows PE is really useful for testing computers when you can't boot from the internal drive. And I had it on a DVD, but that's just so slow. And especially a lot of computers these days don't even come with an optical drive, so putting it on the USB 3 flash drive speeds it up a lot. So I'll just come back when this is started up, because I don't know how long it's going to take. Okay, it did actually take a little while. I don't know why it took so long, but it's starting up now. And we're just getting everything initialized. Yeah, that's fine. And it's just loading all of the hardware. So let's see. We already saw pretty much what we needed to see from the settings, but we'll just go to this PC and see what it is reporting. And yep, that's exactly what we had before. 4 gigs of RAM and that same CPU. Well, what else do we need to do? Let's check out Task Manager. Performance. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's the old looking one. But yeah, nothing's really going on, so that CPU is sitting at 0, and looks like Windows has taken almost 2 gigs of memory. So I'll see, I'll just look around on here and see if there's anything else interesting in these utilities that we can run. Alright, I had to move things around a little bit because this network cable is kind of short, but I thought it would be good to test out the onboard networking, just to see what we've got there. And it was a pleasant surprise that it is gigabit. I was not expecting that. I thought we were going to have 10100 for sure based on the age of this computer, but I guess that's one of the benefits of getting one of these small business types, is that they usually have good networking. So it looks like it is communicating, but we'll go ahead and I'll just do like fast.com and we'll see if we can get some internet speed results. So let's see. Okay, well, that's not very good. I don't know why it would be So slow. Should be about 100. I'm pretty sure that's what our package is here at the office. Yeah, that's really weird. I'll try something else. I'll be right back. Okay, well, speedtest.net did a little bit better at 51, but I still don't know why it's being so slow. I'm going to try and set up a different speed test because I want to just make sure that this network card is working. Alright, so I don't know what was up with that internet speed test, but I ran iPerf and we're getting gigabit on that port, so this network card is perfectly functional. I ran it a few times and we got gigabit speeds every time, so I'll just go ahead and just unplug that and I'll just put that over. Okay, it can just go down there. So I think that's about everything to test on this computer. It seems to be running just fine. The fan's blowing. I can feel both of the fans. And the CPU's not getting that hot, which it shouldn't because it's just sitting there doing nothing. But yeah, it looks like everything's in great shape. So I'll go ahead and we'll mark this one as tested and we'll move on to something else. Alright, here's another model. These are the ones that I'm really happy about. The Optiplex 790. And you can see these are a little bit newer. They have a Windows 7 sticker and a Core i5 Intel processor this time instead of AMD. And I really think this is a very nice design on the front, very sleek and professional looking. We've got 4 USB ports, our audio. It does come with the DVD drive. We've got our side panel, power supply, PS2, USB, which is probably also USB 2.0. I don't see any of the telltale indicators that it's USB 3 like the Super Speed logo or the blue tabs inside. We've got our onboard networking, which since this is a business model, I'm thinking it's probably going to be gigabit, hopefully. We have onboard display port and VGA, serial, our audio, no punched out PCIe blank plate things, so that's good. There's nothing really on the other side to look at. It does have our Windows 7 Pro OEM certificate of authenticity on the top, and then we can see here they said no hard drive, but all of these have had the hard drives removed anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that off because it's nothing really special since they're all like that. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get this one laid over on its side and we'll open it up and see what's inside. Okay, got it flipped over here, and well, it's a little bit dirty. I don't know what that is. It was stored out in a warehouse, so it might have gotten some mud on the bottom or something, but we'll wash that off before we sell it. And these Dells, if you've seen the previous videos on this channel, I've talked about some of the, like the Dimension 3000 and some of the other ones where they all have the quick release tab. I really like how Dell has the toolless side panel removal where you don't have to undo thumb screws or actual screws. This thing just lifts up and then it just lifts right off. I was kind of doing it at an awkward angle. It's not really that difficult to do it, but there's the mechanism. So we'll just go ahead and lean this up against the table and let's see what we have. So, okay, two main things I'm noticing again. It looks like they took the RAM, so definitely was not expecting that. That's a little bit of a disappointment. The hard drives are gone, which I did expect. That's pretty much standard procedure. for these types of auctions where they're getting rid of computers. It's too much time to wipe the drive, so they just pull it. And again, the caddy is missing, so well, that's not really a huge deal because, like I explained earlier, we're not going to be putting hard drives back in here. I'll be putting an SSD in. So, I mean, it's kind of not the best solution, but it can just sit in there. Or I might be able to just like zip tie it to the side, or maybe fit a screw through one of these little things down here, how it's got the grating. I don't know. I'll see if I can figure something out. I don't know if it has a dedicated place to mount a 2.5-inch drive, because sometimes these cases have that, and so if it does, then that would obviously be the best solution. So again, our RAM is missing. I'll have to put the test RAM in there, so I guess I'll be ordering a lot of RAM. It is kind of disappointing because I wish I had known that. I guess that's why they say on the website to inspect it before you bid on it. But, well, it's okay. Lesson learned. I'll still be able to make some money off of it. It does look a little bit dirtier than the previous one, like it's been used a lot. Yeah, fans have some dust in there, so I'll have to blow some of that out. And I think we'll just go through the same procedure as last time. I'll put some RAM in 2 of the slots, see if it boots up, and then we'll put it in the other 2 slots and make sure it's recognized. So we'll test all 4. Then we'll put in that Hiren's boot CD flash drive and test the networking and just look in this PC just to see if it reports everything. So I'll go ahead and get some RAM in here and get it plugged in. So we've got our 2 test, I don't know where these came from actually, but we have our 2 test modules. So I'll just go ahead and put those in here. And this is a nice layout compared to the HP because it's all still plugged in, but the cords are not getting in the way of the RAM. And also, I noticed this. I don't know if that was supposed to have a heatsink on it or not. Hopefully that didn't fall off or they didn't take it. I don't see any residue on there like it had thermal compound or anything. Oh, that one was backwards. Okay, oh, that's much better. Okay, those are all in there. And we'll get our power and our VGA. Actually, I'm going to hold off before I plug that in until we get everything else set up here. In case it turns on, I want to be ready to press whatever it is, F2 maybe, to get into the settings. It's different based on different models, but I think on Dell's it's F2, but we'll find out. Okay, power. Well, we got the fan moving. That's a good sign. Nothing else happening, so we'll go ahead and push our power button. Okay, it's coming to life. Let's see if we get anything here on the screen. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, it is F2. Oh, hard drive not found. Yes, I know. Okay. Alright, so system information. 2012 manufacture date. So it's a little old, but that's okay. Not that old. 4 gigs of RAM, so that's good. It is showing up. And we have our memory in slots 2 and 4. So we'll reverse that and boot it back up again. Our CPU is an i5-2400. 3.10 gigahertz is our max clock speed. So that's a pretty good CPU, 4 cores. I'm happy with that. So I'll go ahead and shut it off, and we'll switch the RAM to the other other slots. Go ahead and pull our power cord. Okay. Hold our power button. And this one's not squealing at us like that HP did. I don't know. I still don't know why that did that. Anyway, not to worry. We'll go ahead and pop those over there and here. Okay, that's in, so we'll go ahead and plug our power back in now. And hit our power button. And okay, there we go. Didn't look like it was going to come on for a second. So we'll hit F2. Oops, pressed it too many times. Okay, well, it worked anyway. System information, perfect. 4 gigs again, and now we have 1 and 3 instead of 2 and 4. So that is just fine, absolutely perfect. So we'll go ahead and plug in our flash drive and get it turned back on and see if we can boot up into our Windows PE. Which it should just find it. I didn't actually look to see if it had the flash drive listed as one of the startup options. Nope. So let's see, boot sequence. Oh, it is listed. USB. Well, let's just try again. I shouldn't have to do anything because it doesn't actually have the hard drive. It should just find it. Hard drive not found. Continue. So, okay, good. It is working. So again, because I believe this is only USB 2 on here, it's going to take a little bit of time, so I'll just stop recording and come back when it's starting to boot up. Okay, I moved it like we did before so I could get the network plugged in here. And it does look like we also have gigabit on this model, so that's perfect. Both of our models have gigabit networking. This one's Intel, so that's nice. And then we'll just, real quick, I guess we'll just do what we did before. We'll go into this PC. And yeah, we've got our processor, the same one, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 bits. That's pretty much it. Let's see, we'll go into Task Manager. Let me go over to where we want performance. And it does show our 4 cores. And just like before, we've got pretty much 0 CPU usage because nothing's going on. And we'll go to Chrome. And we'll do fast.com. Let's see what we get. Must be something to do with this Windows PE flash drive or something, because I did double check on my computer at my desk, and I am getting it was like 80 to 90 or something, which is close enough to our 100 meg plan here. So I don't know why it's only coming up around 20 whenever I'm testing, but I'll go ahead and do the iPerf test again too, just to make sure that we've got the throughput that we're supposed to have. Alright, so our iPerf ran, and we are getting pretty much gigabit here. And I ran it twice. There's the first one, there's the second one, so we actually have the same value. So I think that does it for this one. So another one in perfect working order. So that's nice. I'll just have to get some RAM and an SSD, and we'll go ahead and I'll shut this down, pack it up, and we've got another one marked as good. Okay, so that's pretty much all we've got for today. We've got 2 good computers that we've tested, and we've got the remaining stack of them over here behind me. So that will be, let's see, it came with 23, we tested 2, so we have 21 to go. And hopefully we have some good news and they're all going to work. But unfortunately I don't think that's going to be the case, because we do already have some notes on some of them that say that there are things wrong with them. So we'll take a look at that in a future video, so we hope you join us, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.